Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And we believe that we are the solution to the issues in our community. Our theme is nothing with us, without us. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is sponsored by Fathers Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization located on the west side of Chicago within the West Garfield Park community. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is comprised of young people from our community whose focus and concern is youth leadership and a voice within a community to reduce senseless violence and illegal substance use. We invite people from all over, especially our young people, to come in and see what we are all about. Our show will be scheduled every Thursday at 7 p.m. Again, that is every Thursday at 7 p.m. You can also view our show online at www.cantv.org/live. Again, that is www.cantv.org/live. All right, you guys. Joining me today is someone who truly lives and breathes community empowerment and youth leadership. He's nationally certified Kenyan nonviolence level 2 trainer and advocate for change, and someone who's made an impact not just here in Chicago, but across 27 states and over 150 cities. That's a lot of lives he has touched. He's passionate about giving young people a voice, building bridges between communities, and showing that real change starts when we all come together. Please help me welcome back to my show, Mr. Kobey Lofton.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a guest on my show this evening. If you want to start off by just telling them your name, who you are, and, a couple of little things about you before we get into this show.
Absolutely. You've said a lot about me already, and I appreciate that. I am Kobey with the K. Pretty much, like you said, what I enjoy doing in my niche is just pretty much like making sure that the voice of the youth is heard, because oftentimes we have them making decisions for us or putting in things into place, and it's not really what we're interested in. So we have to not only bring them to the table, but also ensure that they have a seat that's being heard at that table. So that's just what I'm here for, making sure we're doing that. And the best way to do that is by bridging generations and building futures.
And how old are you?
23 years old.
Yes. I love to hear it. So speaking on, you was on the show last season. What's been going on? How have you been? How has your mental been? Like, what's been life like for Kobey?
Life has actually been pretty good. For one, I gotta thank the Most High, for sure. Outside of that, just really, connecting with those that I work with and seeing the lives that I, touch. Like, for example, one young lady, she was like, "Hey, Kobey, I went to Cuba. I took that trip that you sent." And I was just like, things like that warms my heart. And it just ensures me, like, I can't send a person across 27 states, but, I can start by just giving them the smaller opportunities that, I can share,
Okay. So you've been everywhere. You've been to 27 states and 150 cities. That's a lot of different places, a lot of different communities, a lot of different people you done came across.
Yeah.
What's something that you have learned on the road that really sticks with you? Like, what have you learned different from being different places, the community, the people around? Like,
so my favorite quote, and it'll make sense in just a second.
Okay.
I read this in middle school. I was probably in like 4th or 5th grade, and believe it or not, I was always in the dean's office. So this one day I was sitting in the dean's office, and it was plenty of quotes on the wall, and it's this one quote that stuck with me, and it said, "Aspire to inspire before you expire." So going across meeting all these different people is just like, that's how you build a legacy. It's not about, what I do, but how I really empower everyone else, because guess what? Then they will empower others. And it's just like a lasting effect, and that's what brings me joy. So, yeah.
I love that quote. Yeah, I love that quote. I done heard that quote before, and as far as that being where it's like, it ain't always about what you know. Exactly. But who you know. So, like, being able to, like you said, bridge out and go different places and meet different people, you never know who you're running across and who can help you in opportunities or who you can help in opportunities.
Exactly.
So that's definitely a good thing, and I'm so proud of you. Like I said before, I'm so proud of you and all the things that you have accomplished over time being.
Thank you.
So you do a lot of work around youth leadership and giving youth people a voice. What sparked that passion for you?
It all started back in high school. Really, it was a heartbreaking moment when Parkland, Florida experienced a traumatic shooting at one of their high schools. And at this time, it was like, the good America, right? The privileged America had experienced this one-time traumatic event. And this was something that we experience on a daily basis, something that we have to travel through, work through, and even go to school through, right? So it's just the fact that, they got this national attention. And it's like, hey, you guys are not about to overlook us. You guys not about to, so it's just about not only, shutting them out for what they experience, but also, okay, how can we work together? So just saying, all right, we have a voice, how can we step up and share what we know and what we experience on a daily basis with you, so you can be able to cope with this. And then that's pretty much how we move forward, just using the leverage that they had to speak for places like Chicago, like Baltimore, all these different places that experience this violence on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. And so you have seen so many young people step into leadership roles. What is one story or moment that you feel like has stuck with you or reminded you of the reason that you do the work today? Or have you had any experiences where it's like, this is why I keep going, this is why I'm pushing? I know that's like an off-the-wall question.
No, no worries.
Okay.
Honestly, that's like it's a build up, honestly, because it's no matter where I go, it's like the relationship that I have with the youth is like, I still got 2 more years of the youth, 1 more, whatever the case may be, but this face, do you hear me? I got probably about 10 more if you
Nah, for real.
really
No,
wanna talk
seriously,
about
because
it.
you look really young.
But no, seriously, but people notice the attraction that I have to the younger folks, like being able to communicate with them, exactly, relate with them, and pretty much articulate what we experience or how we feel. And again, that's how I amplify the voices of the youth, because it's like, hey, y'all ain't about to just shut us out. But again, that's how they appeal to me, because it's like, all right, he's here for us, you know?
And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues that we have, and so that's why I'm so happy. I just had, I don't know if you know Janicia Williams.
Oh yeah,
I just had her on the show not too long ago, and she got a lot of
my fellowship.
Yeah, so she got a lot of stuff going on at the moment as well, and we was talking about just as far as it being where we need more of our young people to step out and do, because it's like, yeah, older people could come in and say, we got this going on, but like you said, if it ain't that, like, I feel like I can relate to you, or I feel like you going through the same thing I'm going through, or you know what I'm talking about, our young people ain't really trying to hear it.
Exactly.
So I feel like more of our young people need to come out, especially young people around your age.
Yeah.
Like, you're...
Got to take the right approach.
Yes. So I really appreciate you and all the work that you're doing.
Absolutely. One step at a time.
Okay. So you're a Kingin Nonviolence Level 2 trainer, which is powerful for people watching who may not be familiar. What does nonviolence really mean in the way you teach it? And also, what is Kingin Violence Trainer?
Okay, so
where did that come from? That's the actual, or is it?
So it's really a practice that Dr. Martin Luther King created back during the Civil Rights Movement, basically to teach the people, like, hey, the way that we have to operate, we must not fight back. We have to operate in a nonviolent way, and the only way that we will be able to succeed is when we can show them that, hey, we can endure all this pain, we can accept all this suffering, because at the end of the day, we have a goal, and that's a goal for us all to be free or whatnot. So, just even though that was, 50 plus years ago, you can still look back to now. You still look at the times that we're going through now, right? The 6 steps of reconciliation, just going through those different things and applying it to the life that we live now. It's like, it's still relevant, it's still active, and we just have to give more people knowledge around the thing, just because it's like, all right, the way that you might think of a negative situation, that's going to change your whole mindset. So it's like, all right, 2 years ago, I might have acted out in a violent way, but now knowing that I have this training, I'm going to think about what I'm doing first and be like, all right, this is the move that I need to make. So that's pretty much what nonviolence is all about, and King Gear Nonviolence. It's not just a practice. It's not just a training. It's really just a way of life. And once you really embody it, you really it shows up in your heart. It shows up in your language. And, when you practice it, like I practice it with my children. I practice it with my family at home, and even in the workplace, because at the end of the day, like, violence or conflict is going to show up in all spaces. But it's all about what type of dialogue and how you deal with that conflict that's going to get you past it,
Okay. And speaking on this King and Nonviolence, is this something that people can be involved in? How did you get involved? Was it school? You started it in school, correct?
Yeah, so for me, it started as I was a peace warrior. My freshman year, got trained. It was actually Martin Luther King Day. I did a full 8-hour training. From there, that following summer, I got my level 1 training. So with the level 1 training, I can then train other people to,
regardless of if they in the school, in these certain schools or not, this just a...
Correct. I can, with the level 1 training, I can go anywhere and train. This last year in 2024, I got my level 2 training. So with that, I can mobilize the movement, and I can train trainers and certify them in King Gear Nonviolence. So, just again, steady taking that step further, because now the next step is level 3. But the level 3 is a recognition of doing the work, putting in, all these
everything
things.
Everything put together.
Exactly.
So if anybody want to get in contact with you as far as any type of opportunities to be involved, how could they get in contact with you?
They can email me at Kobey Lofton, KOBEY, @gmail.com, and I will be sure to reach back out.
Okay. So bringing together youth, law enforcement, and community members sounds tough, and it is tough.
It is.
It is tough. What's the key to building real trust in them spaces? I know we talked about as far as it being, obviously, with our young people and older people, it being trust and them being able to feel like, but with all of us together, how can we bridge the gap between our elders and our young people and our law enforcement and our young black men? Like, how can we get this stuff together?
So I would say it's really just all about, like you said, bridging that gap and creating trust. So the first way to doing that is, again, being able to approach the young people and being able to say, hey, we're not coming here to tell you what to do, how to do it, or any of these things. We're coming to look for what you need and seeing how we can help you. Again, it's all about how the approach is. So if you put everybody in a room and say, hey, what's the best question that always works for me is, tell me about a time that you experienced violence. So going around, everybody then experience violence from, one way or another. So then it breaks the room like, oh man, sometimes those circles
y'all
be in
through
tears.
The same thing and you never know. Yeah.
So then and then when it's times of law enforcement, hey, we want you to show up without a badge. We want you to show up without the uniform, because at the end of the day, when you show up with the badge, all right, they automatically got that guard up.
Mm-hmm.
But
then laugh, smile sometimes. Like,
exactly.
It be the smallest thing when it comes to our law enforcement.
So, just showing them that under the badge and behind the vest and all of that, they still human. And, we still go through all the same things. It's just how do we work together to ensure that, we working for the same cause, if that makes sense,
Yes. And speaking on that, as far as just bringing the community together, I feel like it just needs to get put out there more. Because I feel like as far as law enforcement, I don't have no negative experience. Well, I do have negative experience with law enforcement in some cases, but as far as overall, I don't have too many negative experiences, especially with a lot of our police officers on the west side. Like, we have a lot of relationships with different people.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them are really, really, really cool people.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's just about that badge. When you see a person with a cape, it's just like you see Superman, you see him with a cape on, it's like your first mindset is what he's gonna do. It ain't about how he is as a genuine person. Yeah. So I feel like it's just about giving people chances, and as far as our young people, it's about just listening. Not being judgmental.
Listen, no labels.
Yeah, not being judgmental, allowing it to be where kids could come to you and talk, and it not be where they have to bite their tongue about stuff that they're saying or how they feel, or they feel this way and you feel like they shouldn't feel this way. I feel like it's a lot of things that we could work on as far as the community to get back on, a greater path. Absolutely. As far as our young people. And that'd be my main focus, the young people. But yeah, I feel like everybody together, and I feel like we have town halls, we have some of everything. I feel like it just have to get more put out there.
Yeah,
it has to get more put out there. We got the programs, because all you hear is that we don't have opportunities. You don't have opportunities. That's why this stuff happening. We don't have this. That's why this stuff. We have nonprofits on every other block in the city. So it's like I feel like it's no excuse. I just feel like it's a way that we have to push it out there more. Like we do it with this TV show, but I feel like we got to get it out there more, especially from our young people where we know we blocks. They do that. Do you be doing any of those?
I just did it maybe 2 weeks ago. I went out, did some Know Your Rights things, handed out some cards to just different residents in the neighborhood, and just let them know we all a part of this. So that's like you said, that's really what it's all about, getting it out there and letting people know that this is what we have, and we have the the resources are there. You just got to get up and go. That's it.
Yeah, and I definitely send you over because I know I think it's the 11th district, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the districts on the west side. I know they do right now that it's getting cold, it's probably like once or twice a month, but they do a thing where they go to different corners that's like big in the area. So if you have anything that's going on in your area and this block is hot, you could reach out to certain police stations and they will do a whole setup in that area to try to bring peace. I did
one of those. It's like a pop-up or something.
Yeah, pop-up, yeah.
I did one of those in the summertime.
And so, they've been doing it. They did it every week in the summertime, and now they do it. Yeah, so I feel like it's dope, because then, like you said, I done been on blocks where it'll be the whole district out there, and all the guys from the hood out there, and everybody right next to each other. So I feel like it can happen, and I feel like our young people will listen if we just show them
Gotta give them that
we're there. Yeah, we there for them. So, you've been recognized by the city of Chicago for your leadership.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's huge. A lot of people ain't getting, especially at 23 years old. Especially at 23 years old. How did that recognition feel, and what did it mean to you personally?
Honestly,
was this just something it happened, or did you go to dinner afterwards?
Excuse me. Sorry. Full transparency. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know what happened there. Full transparency here. I look at it every single day. It's in this little folder or whatever. Then I got it on the mantle, and I look at it every day, because it's all right.
It's a reminder. Yeah.
This is just the beginning. It's so much further that I want to go. I used to walk around telling people I'm gonna have a Nobel Peace Prize. this. So
and people, they look at that
aspiration,
as yeah, and it's good. You don't look at it like that. It's that's too far from you.
No. It's as long as I can put my hand out there, I can reach it. So it's attainable, and that's just I don't look at it as recognition. I look at it as all right. Again, like I said, what's next? How can we continue to grow? The first thing that's on my resume is growth oriented. So it's all right, I have that. But again, now it's time to move a step further.
Okay. And you talk a lot about empowerment and compassion. Two things our world definitely needs more of. What keeps you motivated to keep showing up and doing the work, even on hard days? Because I know you being young, I heard you mention you have kids. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure, and just you being African-American male on the west side of Chicago, I know that might come with a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you keep going with life, work, school? Because I know on top of it, if y'all don't know, you still working in school? Mm-hmm. Why you ain't say that? Why you ain't tell him?
It was actually about to come up in the answer. It was about to come up.
Why you ain't tell him that, y'all? He got so much going on, but he works in the school, so you can let him know. I don't want to tell him your business.
So I'm also a behavior specialist within this at North Lawndale College Prep, and to answer your question, how do I get through all of this, and how do I continue to show up? Mm-hmm. So I recently took a leave of absence due to some mental health issues. I wasn't going crazy or anything, and I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I just needed some time where, I needed to, if I'm going to continue to do this work, I need some time to really, invest in myself, and if that's only going to be the best way I can show up for everybody else. But since I took that leave, I ran into one of my students maybe 2 weeks ago, and he hit me with something that I just left me speechless, and I was just oh! So along with, taking the time that I need for myself, along with, getting my word or whatnot, this kid, he says, "Hey, where you been?" I'm telling him like, "Hey, I'm like sick, just need some time to, get better." He says, I don't go there no more. I say, "What?" He say, "Yeah, I feel like if you was still there, I would still be there." And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. But at the same time, it's like, I still have to look out for myself.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, where he's at, he might be in a better place. But, just that comment left me like, okay,
you're doing
the work
right.
that I'm doing, it
and
works.
it's good that you can tell just off you saying that you could tell you're not doing the work just for money. Because you could a lot of people easily just throw over that, like, I know I'm going through, I know I'm mentally not there, but it's like I'm gonna keep going because of the money. And so you can tell this is something you're passionate about, and you're not just doing it because of the money. Because
I want to show up for the people.
That's what's up. I love to hear it. And so finally, we getting down to the end. Before I ask you this last question, I want to remind everybody, we have a Thanksgiving celebration coming up / food drive. The celebration will be held on November 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Everything is free. We will be giving away full Thanksgiving dinners with the turkeys and everything. The last year we had one, they was giving away boxes of stuff. So make sure y'all show up. It will be at Michelle Clark on the west side of Chicago, and we're accepting donations and all type of stuff. So if you have any questions or if you want to ask about anything, we also are accepting vendors. Vendors are free, tables are free. So if you want to contact us at 773-287-5821, you can contact us at that number. Once again, 773-287-5821. And you can ask to either speak to Vernisha Jones or Reverend Walter Jones if you have any more details. So back to you. For the younger people or community members who's watching tonight who want to make a difference but don't know where to start, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
Now that one's catching me off guard. I would say, don't be afraid. You can't be afraid. And I think I mentioned this the last time that I was here. Sometimes you have to, you just have to take that leap of faith. And you got to think about what you're doing. You can't be impulsive. You just got to go with it. And, one thing that I've learned in the past weeks is that if you jump, courage is going to catch up to you. You can't wait on courage, because if you do, you'll get left in the wind. So take that leap of faith, do what you got to do, and let courage catch up to you.
And also, can you let them know that your little quote? That would have been a good one too.
Aspire to inspire before you expire. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I really want to thank you for being a guest on my show this evening.
Absolutely.
It's always a pleasure talking with you. Your dedication to empowering youth and building stronger, more united communities is truly inspiring. Keep doing what you do, leading with compassion, courage, and conviction. And to everyone watching, remember, change starts with each of us doing our part. So it's not about what the next person is doing. Just worry about what you can do that day to make a difference. You won't be able to help everybody. But if you can help one person in a day, you're doing your job. So I would like to thank everybody for watching, and you guys could check us out next week at the same time, same station. And happy holidays. And once again, we got our Thanksgiving event coming up. I'm going to talk about it more next week, November 22nd. Do you have any events or anything you got coming up that?
No, I hope to see y'all at Michelle Clark. November 22nd? I'll see y'all here.
Okay, see you guys later. Good night.